Pimp of the motherfucking year, Snooky.
That's a real pimpin', you know what I'm saying? You know, international cross-country pimpin', right? You know what I'm saying? Out of Milwaukee, you dig what I'm saying? You know, when we all, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Keep them down, the people down, you know what's up, man?
Oh, man, cost of the price of pussy, man.
It's all to it, you know, man. Pussy rashes, man.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't smell like pussy, I don't want it, man.
Oh, man,
1998, you know what I'm saying, Mac of the year. You know what I'm saying? One of the big old trophies, man. They say that trophy's taller than New York. They say with all the buildings in New York fall, that trophy still be standing tall.
Yeah, you know, because the Pimps are going to be standing so tall.
You know what I'm talking about? Ain't going nowhere, don't care. You know what I'm talking about?
My first experience, right, when I took it to the roads, man, I took the hoes to the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was mostly into that titty shaking, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, ass wiggling, you know. So I took the bitches to the concrete, you know. So I tripped me out because, you know what I'm saying, Pimps was getting at them hoes, you know what I'm saying, you know, stomping down on them hoes. And I'm like, well, hold on, man, I don't understand this part of the game, man. This shit's supposed to be about choice, you know. So my mentor, you know what I'm saying, he set me back and he said, hold on, pimpin', man, let me tell you something, man, you know. When you cross country pimpin', man, you know what I'm saying, you know, you pimpin' at a hoe, you know what I'm saying, 24/7, you know what I'm saying, you know, you shuffling up the crowd, you know what I'm saying, you know, you trying to find out exactly what's happening on that track. Okay, cool. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna open up the track. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I told the hoes, you know what I'm saying, make your way in the figure 8, bitch. You dig what I'm saying? So the hoes did it, man, you know what I'm saying? And once they seen me get out on the concrete, man, and get to pimping at them hoes, man, you know, a lot of pimps got to say, okay, you young brother, you know what I'm saying, doing some real pimping, man, you know. So they start respecting the game in me, man. It takes loyalty, it takes honesty, it takes dedication and devotion, you know what I'm saying? You know, when a hoe get with a pimp, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no different than a Huxtable relationship, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like man and wife, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing, I ain't cheating on the bitch. The bitch knew what I was doing before, you know what I'm saying, she got with me, you know what I'm saying? So if the bitch got with me, so the hoe knew what she was getting into before she got into it. So bitch, I'm not finna sit up here and open no doors or pull out no chairs, hoe, you know what I'm saying? You know, bitch, you gonna, you know, bow down to a pimp, you know what I'm saying? You gonna cater to a pimp. Order, you know what I'm saying? This is order. You know what I'm saying? You know, a hoe gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, what type of gators a motherfucker had, oh, you know what I'm saying? But the hoe ain't gonna tell you how he look. You know what I'm saying? This was, I mean, order, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in hoes, you know what I'm saying, talking on the mics and, you know, looking around. Bitch, you out of pocket, bitch. How you gonna explore, hoe? You know what I'm saying? Bitch, if you gonna explore something, bitch, explore another level of this pimping that I got for you. So control, what I consider to be control is, you know what I'm saying, the soul, you know what I'm saying? You know, a hoe really got to feel a pimp, you know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't gonna make you do this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna force you to do this. It's all gonna be by choice, you know what I'm saying? But hoe, what I'm gonna stand on is that you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, follow rules and regulations, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a concentration camp, you dig what I'm saying? It's more like, you know what I'm saying, you know, as one say, you know, bitch, you know what I'm saying, you know, you follow the rules and regulations to society, you know what I'm saying, well, ho, you know what I'm saying, I'm the circle, bitch, you know what I'm saying, so I'm going to tell you how the world go, you know what I'm saying, you know, some look at it to be square, some look at it to be circle, you know what I'm saying, but I just look at it to be, you know, profitable. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know what I'm saying, no reverend, you know what I'm saying? You know, I respect it all, but I ain't trying to preach to nobody. I'm trying to break everybody. You know, so and this one right here is letting the hoe know, you know what I'm saying, bitch, you know what I'm saying, stand strong and stand firm, you know what I'm saying, hold on some pimping, you know what I'm saying, drop your motherfucking head, you know what I'm saying, and it's full of ice, you know what I'm saying, and let a bitch know, you know what I'm saying, bitch, this ain't nothing but 3.5 kids, you know what I'm saying, but, you know what I'm saying, a bitch gonna know, you know what I'm saying, it's some pimp, you know what I'm saying, you know, automatically when a hoe see a pimp, you know what I'm saying, she gonna see out the door, she gonna smell a pimp. He's a pimp, you know what I'm saying? You know, let me stay away or let me choose, you know what I'm saying? And this one right here represents the king, you know what I'm saying? The pimp, you know what I'm saying? You know, this one right here got the hoe on the leash, you know what I'm saying? And the hoe bowing down, you know what I'm saying? But in the same token, you know, pimp standing there with the crown, you know what I'm saying? And you flip it over, it tells you, you know what I'm saying, PIs are pimping in the ass, you know what I'm saying? You know, and this one right here tells you, you know what I'm saying? Snooky, I'm back. Let me pimp or let me die. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I was born a pimp, I'm gonna die a pimp. You know, whether you like it or whether you hate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga that your mama warned you about.
Once you max something out, man, it ain't no fun no more. I had my shit full blast. I was at the top. I couldn't really get no farther. I had all the, you know, the medallions, jewels, this shit. And then basically I was like, I got shot twice. I was like, look, You know, and in that rap thing game, it was like, yo, you got action in doing this. You know, my idol's Iceberg Slim. I'm named myself after him. If I'm gonna sit up and break a bitch down and have her doing anything, I could sit in front of this white man and break him down the exact same way. It ain't no difference, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no pussy. I never want a pussy from a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm finna play this motherfucker. I'm really finna see how far I can take this shit. And I've been doing it ever since. I can't act. I really can't act. I ain't no rapper. I got it's all game. Ain't nobody. I'm just working these niggas and then the funny thing is when I get out here and I deal with different individuals, they say, well, Ice, you know, you ain't. I'm like, nigga, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. That's not a problem. If I could still do it better now than ever. I can knock 95% of any niggas bitches. I know I can do the shit. It's not a problem, man. But it's like that was a new adventure for me to get over here. And real niggas can see it. They say, this nigga's playing. But this fool, he said, let me hear some of the records. I said, no. You either believe I got good records or you don't. If you don't believe I got them, let me leave. If you believe, give me the shit. I said, it's just like this. If I'm selling you hand grenades in an alley, I said, I'm not gonna let you throw my hand grenades. You either believe I got good hand grenades or you don't. If you believe I got good hand grenades, give me the money. And if I let you throw one, who's to say that's not the only one that's good in the case? You know what I'm saying? You can't pick. You either believe these is real or not, or let me go. So the man looked at me and said, you got a lot of business sense. Have you ever been to business school? I said, no, but I sold hand grenades before. And he wrote me a check for $500,000. Now, who got pimped? I ain't had a record. I didn't have a group. I ain't have nothing, just nothing, but walking in there with this intense attitude. So what I did after I got the money, I had to go find me some motherfucking records. But see, I told them on national TV, I said, look, when I'm on Warner Brothers, I was being pimped. That's it. They the label. When you sign a record deal, they say, look, I like you. You finna make me some money. Record, singer, whatever the fuck you do. I'm gonna give you this money. Basically, what they doing is giving me some clothes so I can get out on the track, right? It's the exact same game. They gonna work me till I'm burnt out, busted to dead. And as soon as I can't sell a record, they sending me back to the curb. Ain't no love. The biggest mistake any hoe is believing the pimp really loves them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling these artists, I'm saying, yo, they don't love you. They just love the money you capable of bringing in. So I work for a label. I'm a hoe, but I'm a good hoe because I know what I am.
That's right.
Now my objective was to get to the point where I could pimp myself, and that's what I do now.
One thing we do know, that no matter what we go through, I don't care whether you're a pimp, a player, a hustler, prostitute, a hooker, a hoe, whatever you're doing, it comes a time in your life that you got to call on the Lord. I don't care who you is. And you know what? Every time a crook go to church, he always thinks the preacher preaching at him. It just looked like the message was his day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You be sitting back there and the preacher say, well, I know you're going through something. Your bills is due. You need a way out.
Right.
Call on God now. We want you to come on in. It ain't no other way. Because God is good. Man, I'm telling you, to hit you in the pulpit, next thing you find yourself, oh, I'm coming, Lord help me. But you be meaning that, man, because you go through so much, man. And I mean, with things happening today, man, I mean, wow, who to know what's going to happen next? But if we keep it real, keep God involved, you know what I mean? Like I tell the crook, when you go into the store, take God in with you, because one thing about it is, if you take God with you, you can be sure of a good outcome.
Once I get my hair done, I'm going to transform into this super pimp. Super pimp. I don't really have my full powers until my hair is done.
Player ball coming up, man. These police is mad. They done knocked my girl 5 days straight, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but they going crazy.
You know, we used to call these the Kennedys and things like that. You did? Yeah, the puppet doing things.
Hey, if a hoe don't like me, she don't like herself, do she, man? I'm gonna be in the car, baby.
We didn't know nothing else. You know, we called them the Tony Curtis, dropped that curl edge, you did, the Kennedy to the side.
Fine and nice.
Stop. Nobody stop. Don't do nothing.
Hey, man, we got... You know, when you start seeing all these brothers in the business now off the street, They got inspired by somebody. They looking at television and say, yo, that's Ice. How the hell Ice do that? Maybe I could do that.
Listen, that's what we got to do. We got to take the Lord into this affair tonight so we have a peaceful set, good turnout. We got some super live brothers from across the country in town. Hey, man, and we feel it's an honor to have Ice-T here for the second year in a row.
Truth of the matter is, one bad bitch be 5 fucking hoes. You know, but in my life I have been, you know, 5, 6 deep. You know, I mean, it varies. You know, they come and go like streetcars. You know, you miss one, you catch another one. They come 15, 20 minutes apart. And you got to think like that. As far as having a whole lot of women in my life, you know, man, you know, that's cool, but man, it ain't all about, man, having sex with them all day and all night. You know, man, I mean, we have our fun, but man, you got to do it from here, you know? Really, you got to do it from here. You got to kick some game out your mouth. You know, that's how you hold them down and keep them around. So what's up, baby? You getting all down up for the night? So the tricks could bite? There's a few things I need for you to watch out for, baby. Be a lot of pimps on the track. They're gonna be riding down there, you know, because you knew. They're gonna be after you, you know. They're gonna be hooping and hollering, and man, you just turn your back, walk the opposite way, and get away from that there. They're gonna send their girls after you, you know. And when they come to you, man, you tell them you with the King James. And if they wanna come home with you and your man, then you know they welcome. But man, cut that shit short before it gets started, cause if you let it go on, they're gonna think you a punk. Man, you gotta compete with the rest of them hoes in the streets. So, man, when the day come, you run at that motherfucker. Because if you don't run at it, they gonna run right past you, knock you down, and they gonna be getting the money, and you ain't gonna be getting none. So, man, just follow them simple rules and directions. We'll be all right. Few odd jobs and shit like that, but by the time I was 16 and a half, 17 or something like that there, that's when I got my first prostitute. I really didn't know what to do with her, but I had a bigger brother, right, and we shared bunk bed. He used to have this big old fat-ass white girl, you know, and he used to be sitting in the bed late at night, man, you know, kicking that ism in her ear, you know, and I was like Absorbing Jr. I was sucking all that shit up, you know, and man, you know, he turned me on to the game. I came to him one day like, man, I got a hoe, man, you know, what should I do with her? You know, he put me down, he taught me about the rules, the regulations, you know, how to check her, you know, what kind of ends to accept, what kind of ends not to accept, you know, he put me down on the game. And her name was Faye. After Faye left, you know, she stayed with me for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. After Faye left, what she left me with was a name in this game, you know, and after she left, another broad came, and then another one and another one. And that's when I decided that, man, you know, this was my calling, that, man, you know, on September 21st, 1958, man, a pimp was born. I'm gonna ride down the track all day long, and I'm gonna meddle at anybody I see who, man, that's new to the track. Now, I'm not gonna be pimping at my friends, bros, and nothing like that, but, man, a new face on the track, I'm finna meddle with her, and she give me any kind of reason. If she smile at me, if she say hi to me, or anything, then I'm, like I said, I'm gonna go find that man, you know, and I'm gonna tell him about it, you know? And if she happen to choose me, then he'll be getting a phone call later on that night, you know? Could I have room 19? You know, I done served niggas, and niggas done served me. You know, that's part of the game. You know, but it keeps going on and on and on and on. You know, it don't stop there. Matter of fact, I just got a phone call, you know, and it was like something that ain't happened to me in a long, long time. And I accepted it. I ain't had no choice but to accept it. Even right now in the game, you know, I'm not, man, doing as well as I might want to be doing, but after living this life, man, for so long, man, I can't do nothing but pimp. Okay.
Hey, what's up,